Hello everybody, welcome back to the End of Skybock. This is MegaTrain, and we've been doing a little bit of grinding in here on the nether fortress mob farm that we made. A couple of things that are probably worth mentioning here. I did confirm that the small versions of the what are those called? Small versions of these cube things. You know what I'm talking about? Those guys. They will never give magma cream. So even though the tiny ones can spawn in here, they will never give any of the magma cream. You'll have to get that up in a different spawning area. And my pig farm actually does spawn the larger sized versions, so I will sometimes get them in there. Oh, still got one here. There we go, nice. Oh. So I've gotten a decent supply of gold going on here, and a surprising amount of coal, and over a stack of blaze rods that I've collected. So I want to show you that. I also made a couple other quick changes. A couple of changes here. Let me show you. I made a new path that goes more directly between my my mob farm here and my gold farm. So I don't have to go quite as far out of my way. And the second thing I added is I added a ladder up here. There's really two reasons for me to go up there. One is to check for drops. Whenever I kill a ghast, half the time the drops will stay up there. I need to go collect them. And secondly, large magma cubes will not fall down. And same thing, I can shoot them from down below, but they will not. They will leave their drops up here. And they do sometimes spawn the large magma cubes, and that would be the only source really of magma cream, because the tiny ones don't work. We'll pick up the gunpowder just to get it out of the way. So let me show you some of the loot I've picked up here. So I think you'll be pleased. I have quite a lot of gold and a whole lot of wither skeleton skulls. A lot of surprise there. I don't have anything on my swords yet, but I ran into a streak where I was just getting one of these every couple times I ran through the mob farm. So about 3 times as many withers as I ever plan on actually creating in this world, but I will have no problem making one with all that. So that is very pleasing, and also a whole lot of gold here. That's going to help me out. I think there's an objective where I have to make a what's it called? Not chapel. That will let me do that. So I'm going to haul a bunch of this stuff back. Let me take 3 of these wither skeleton skulls back with me. I'll leave the rest in here for now. And I've got some of these in the overworld already. I'll leave those for the moment. Let's head back into the overworld, and we'll show you what's going on there. Alright, out here in the overworld, I have had still no luck getting any ocelots or wolves. So I'm going to try a couple things. I'm just going to pick up all of these. These are leaves from jungle trees. And I'm going to put down oak leaves instead. I don't know that that's going to change anything. I don't actually know how the spawning rules work, but I know that in a jungle, the leaves that are across the floor are primarily oak leaves and not jungle leaves. And maybe it doesn't have to do with that. Maybe it has to be leaves on top of grass or dirt or something like that. But if I had a lot of extra dirt, I'd just use the dirt. So I was trying to do this as a way to keep from having to use as much dirt, but maybe I will have to. So I'm going to grow some oak trees here and get their leaves and see if that changes anything. Alright, so even a larger area of oak leaves here than I had for the jungle leaves. And more grass here as well. Part of the reason I'm anxious to get these guys spawned is that until I get all of my original mobs spawned, I can't really start breeding them into large quantities. I can't make a dozen mushrooms, because then other things, I'll be at my cap and other things won't spawn. I did breed these guys once, but just because I wanted some extra leather, but I haven't done more than that. And I think I'm still under my passive mob cap. Let me kill one of these guys just to be sure. So same thing, I can't even bring back my my chickens. I've got a whole chest full of eggs over here. I can't multiply those. I can't multiply these pigs. Start building up food source with them. So I really would like to get my my dog and my cat achievement here, so I can take care of them. So the other thing that I've been working on a little bit, and we're going to continue in this episode, is getting trade fodder. I've definitely been harvesting my sugar cane whenever I can. The problem is I don't have tons of villagers that want them. I've got a couple that'll take it, but not that many. So that's why I'm hoping to work on my other resources, all my different meat options. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on I'm going to work on getting wheat. So basically a bone meal, a chicken. What are you doing? What else is up there? Nothing. All right, so instead of a big farm that generates, that grows it on its own, I'm basically just going to use a whole bunch of bone meal to manually harvest my farm. So we'll do that. We'll plant, and we'll bone meal these suckers. And we'll harvest. And we'll continue. Alright, I think we're ready for another batch of villager trading. I did a bunch of wheat farming just using bone meal. Plenty of paper and iron. I did some more fishing and charcoal farming. I hope I don't have to use all this. I got in the gold farm in the nether. But if I need to, I can use some of that to trade to unlock new trades in here. And this was my last 2 leather that I made into book and quill, and I can make those into a written book for written book trades. So what I'm going to try to do on this round here is make sure that everybody gets properly labeled, if appropriate. So I won't label him yet because I don't know what else he will have opened here. Efficiency 1 diamond pick. That is Not great. So, selling a diamond sword. Redstone. That's not a good trade, and I don't really need Eyes of Enders to here, so I'm going to mark this guy for removal. And if we have time in this episode, I will show you how we're going to get rid of the ones that are not good trades. We'll see what this guy's got. 3 redstone, that's not bad. Let's see if that opens anything else up. Alright, I won't force you guys to watch all this thing here. It usually takes me some time to go around the circle and trade with everybody, so I'll be right back. Well, we're doing all right in trades. Bought a diamond hoe, not because I needed it, but because I wanted to unlock my iron trades again. Bought a blast protection 4 book again. I might use that later, but really I did it to unlock my paper trades on a librarian. So I'm not getting a ton of material, really. I'm usually using most of my emeralds to just re-unlock new trades just to see what's there. But I'm running into a lot of trades, a lot of villagers, really, that I can't use much, if at all. So we're going to set up a killing mechanism using sticky pistons. That's kind of as much redstone as I have. I've got a little bit more redstone than that, but that should be enough to get us started here. So let me show you the general idea for what we're going to do here. Now the super easiest thing would be to simply use sand and place 2 blocks of sand on top and drop it on here. But we're going to do it a little bit more high-tech. We're going to come up this high. Let me count my blocks here. And we'll put a sticky piston pointing down. And we'll put a single block there. And all I need is a switch. Let me go grab some cobblestone and I'll make a handle. Alright, so I've got all the materials for my lever. And all I would need to do really is pop that on that top block. And I can push that down and that'll kill any villagers that are in that space. The other thing that we can do, and this is actually what I prefer to do, is to pop one on the front instead. And there's really a good reason for that. If I put like a glass block here, and we can put the sign in front, it makes for a better place to put the sign than off to the side and figuring out which is which and stuff like that. Also, if I later on, if I want to come back and replace these gates with pistons pushing up from the bottom, you can actually put a pressure plate hooked to a piston pushing from underneath, so that they automatically trap themselves in here. Then this arrangement works really well. So I'm not going to do that part of it right now, but I am going to go ahead and use this mechanism to at least get rid of some of these guys. I don't have enough pistons at this point because of redstone. I've got plenty of slime balls, so that's not the problem. But I'll just use these as I need to get rid of individual villagers. Pop this in here, but I will put this all the way around just so I can pop a piston up there for whenever I need it. The one thing that is worthy of mention here, if you use this technique, definitely light up the top, otherwise you'll get zombies spawning on top and falling in here and killing all your villagers. And you don't want that. So you can do the same thing on the outside as well. We don't have the back wall to work up, but the same distance, 3 blocks over over the height of your villager heads. So this guy, for example, wants to trade me 4 diamond, and I really do not want to give him 4 diamond because I don't have any diamond. So all I would need to do is do that. And once I start getting rid of some of the villagers that don't have decent trades, then we'll be able to open these back up. We'll let a few of these guys out, and because we'll be down under our limit, they'll start making new baby villagers again. So I think that's about enough for one episode. I'm going to finish putting these around and lighting them up on top. I'm not going to put pistons at every position. Basically, I'm going to put pistons only at the locations that I know I've got somebody that I want to get rid of. You know, this axe isn't fabulous, but maybe the next one will be an enchantment I need, so I'll hold on to that guy for now. So, thank you for watching. I've definitely got some more grinding to do here. I still haven't gotten my diamond pick. I need a diamond axe as well if I want to finish that achievement. There's also an achievement for a full diamond suit of armor. I don't know that I need all of that, though, to go to the end. So between now and the next episode, I'm going to be thinking a little bit about what I'm going to need to go to the end and some strategies for doing that. The truth is, I don't want to do full diamond armor or something to go to the end, because I'm much more at risk of getting hit off off into the void than I am to get, killed by, by direct damage from the dragon. So we'll talk about next time, and maybe we'll even work toward going to the end next time. But thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.